Begin Within Ministries proudly presents Sofa Sundays with your hosts, Michelle Ezugwu and Reverend Jeannie Sobrins. Sundays at 11:11 a.m. Arizona time. And rebroadcast on Mondays at 7 p.m. Mountain Time. Come join us on the sofa every Sunday. Sofa Sundays with Michelle and Jeannie. Learn more at www.beginwithinministries.com. In partnership with New Thought Media Network.
Good morning. Hi. Were you worried we weren't going to be here? I know we're a little late. Never
fear.
Yes.
We are always here.
Oh, look at you. We're like superheroes.
I know. We have superpowers, and so do you.
And so do you.
Yes, we do.
Exactly.
Are we talking about superpowers today?
We always talk about superpowers, so
Yes.
we can.
We can add it. We'll add it.
We'll
It's fine.
add
We'll
it.
figure out a way to put that in.
Yeah, now we will. I was going to say, now we'll talk about
I think
superpowers.
we always talk about our superpowers.
Yes.
We just don't always say we're talking
Right.
about our superpowers.
It is funny because I have listened to a few of ours where I say constantly, choice is my superpower. Choice is my superpower. So I love that. You're right.
Yeah.
We do
Yeah.
talk about
Prayers
that.
are superpower.
Yes.
When my kids used to say, I wish I had superpowers, I'd say, you do. You have superpowers.
You absolutely have superpowers.
I know. Don't underestimate yourself.
That's right. If you believe in superpowers, you have the superpowers,
That's right. You're the
Right.
divine living in this human body. I
right?
mean, how can you not have superpowers? I mean,
Right? Exactly.
it's just reasoning.
You know, that is so true. It is just reasoning. Wow. I didn't think about
It's
that.
not
This is a
simple.
whole different topic of where we're going today. Interesting. Interesting. So where are we at?
I don't know.
You don't know where we're at. I don't know where we're at.
We're at the home of Reverend Dr. Michelle Whittington's wonderful practice and classes. We are at the Unleash Your Life Studios. So Jeannie's going to tell you exactly where it's located.
I will. That is 7220 North 16th Street. We're located in Phoenix, Arizona, 85020. We're located between Northern and Glendale, and you still have time to get here. So just let you
Yeah,
know,
you're never
Phoenix Pete,
Never
you are
late.
never late to Sofa Sundays. Come on
We love
in.
it. Love it. You can have
Yes.
some coffee.
You can have some coffee, you know,
It's
of course.
very good coffee.
It is very good coffee. I'm going to need another one.
Uh-oh.
Just an FYI.
Uh-oh.
It's ready.
We have one of our amazing sound
Yes.
techs and set production
Yes, please.
supervisors in the space today. We have Miss Lyric Davis
Woo woo.
helping us in the house. We love us some Lyric.
Thank you, Lyric.
Will you keep mine up?
There we go. I like the pumpkin. Pumpkin spice. Pumpkin spice is great no matter what time of year it is.
I don't like pumpkin spice.
Yeah, that's me and True. We're the pumpkin
That's right.
spicers.
Yes.
Yes,
True, yes. Absolutely.
exactly. We love that.
We're not avoiding anything. We're just battling today. I don't know.
battling. I know. So we can pray in. Can I pray in today?
Would you please pray
I
for us
will.
today?
I will pray in for
I love
us.
it. All right.
So, in this space of love and joy and togetherness and unity, we come together knowing that there is one divine, one perfect, ultimate, creative power and force that is God, universe, life itself. And I am one with that, as is Michelle, as is everyone within the sound of my voice and beyond. So I speak my word into the law for the highest and best good of each and every person, each and every city, county, state, country, and the leaders and the teachers of faith everywhere. Today, I especially bless former President Donald Trump in his health, in his safety, knowing that each and every person that was affected yesterday in Pennsylvania is blessed and guided, guarded, and protected. And I send out blessings to the families whose loved ones have passed from this event. And I send blessings to our whole country, knowing that no matter what you believe and who you vote for, that the sanctity of life is divine, and that each and every person, regardless of their beliefs, regardless of who they are protected, guided, and guarded. Knowing this and affirming this, I say thank you. Thank you, God. Thank you, life. Thank you, universe, for the divine blessing that is our individuality, for this country filled with individuals of the divine, for the compassion, the kindness, the unity that is the United States. I am grateful for this. So I let this prayer go. I call it good. I call it done in the divine mind of God. And together we say, and so it is.
Thank you for that.
Yes.
Thank you for including that, because I feel like it doesn't matter what your political beliefs are, whatever. I mean,
Right.
there is a lot of division in that. There's so much all over the place. At the end of the day,
Right.
like that should not matter when it comes to preserving or protecting life. Like
Exactly.
that, like I'm sorry, and I love how Americans, except for maybe the few here and there that want to promote
Right.
the negativity.
And that's the far
Right.
sides of either party,
Right.
for sure.
Most of the time, you'll see Americans come together and be like, no. We can
Exactly.
argue about all this, and we cannot want so-and-so for president, we cannot want so-and-so for president, but at the end of the day, no, we don't do that.
Right.
That's not what we're doing and not what we're about, you know, like I always say to my husband when we watch games and like if someone plays dirty, I'll say, like to me now if that team wins,
Right. You've
that's
tainted it.
championship
Yeah.
for me.
Yeah.
Like that's like why would you want to win dirty? Why would you want why?
Yeah.
Like I want to win because I won and I
Right.
did my best, not because I did something or whatever. Like no.
And on my dry blood blessing this morning, I talked about this as well, that regardless of your belief in who you are, and as a female, as a gay female, I should not have fear in my community. I should not have fear in my
Right.
country.
Right.
And I don't want either leader, either party to have that fear because of what they believe. Whether I believe them or not is
Right.
not the question. You should not have fear for who you are as an individual,
Right.
no matter who that is. And I, we don't get political here on the sofa, but that I truly believe in. That's a core value
Right.
for me, that no matter who you are, what you believe, and I mean that in your spiritual world, in your financial world, in your fitness world, whatever it is. Like you could be somebody who doesn't eat meat. I don't want you to lose your life because of that belief.
Right.
That is what makes our country great, is that we have the opportunity to speak freely, and that we have the opportunity to have whatever beliefs, as long as it harms no one. Ernest Holmes speaks of that all the time, right?
Right.
Like whatever you believe can accomplish, you can be. That is your freedom, that is your choice, that is your superpower, as long as it harms no one.
Right. Yeah. I just think that's a really good point just to kind of kick off today, is to have that awareness. I mean, people get so up in arms about how they feel about certain things that they forget that they're being hypocritical sometimes in the way that they would respond and go about it, because you want the same things for yourself. So what we want to do is we want to stop the negativity and stop the
Division.
the dark side of things, and say, but what do I want to be creating? So when you pray for President Trump, whatever the belief is behind that, you're praying for what you would pray for over anybody. What would you want for yourself? So I think that's really important to recognize in ourselves if we have any negativity there, like where's that coming from? Because I know we don't want to be creating that in our lives.
Right.
We want to be creating the good and having more of the good. And the only way that that comes about in our world, in our communities, is if we go inside and fix it in here and make sure that's what we're putting out there.
Absolutely.
That's the only way it fixes it. It doesn't fix out here at all from you going out here. It only fixes from the inside out. And that's, I feel like that's all of our jobs, day in and day out, is to pay attention to what am I what's happening in here, because that's what I'm feeding into the consciousness, into the field. And so if I see something horrible on the news and I've been feeding that, that's partly my responsibility. Even if I didn't do anything, that's partly me.
Right. You know, when I attended this.
If you understand that.
Right.
If you understand how the
quantum field works.
Yes.
We were the beginning of every month, and I'll invite our Sofa Sunday people for this as well. The beginning of every month, the first Saturday, New Vision Center, which is a local Phoenix spiritual center, they have a thing called Peace, Politics, and Prayer.
Love it.
And one of the things that came out of this last event at the beginning of the month was somebody brought up that, this is going back because I don't have people wear or receive newspapers anymore, but you know, headlines in the news, whether it's on your news channel, on your social media, digitally, whatever, somebody tells you something, these are a call for prayer. The headline that triggers you is a call for prayer. And I loved that. You know, I am not a news person. I'm just not. You know what? Everybody has their thing. News isn't mine. However, when it comes across my feed or somebody shares it with me, I do know that that is a call for prayer. And yesterday's experience, I immediately was in prayer for our country, for former President Trump, for the individuals in that situation. That was a call for prayer and is a call for prayer, especially for the unity of us all.
And recognizing that negativity is there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And so find it within your, you might not have that same negativity, but just find, is there anywhere inside where I'm negative? Is there anywhere in my life I'm showing up negatively? Could be anything.
Right.
And then just to say, I'm gonna work on that. That's what I can do. That is my superpower. I can fix that piece. It could be something completely unrelated
to that
in reality,
mm-hmm.
but in consciousness it is. Because if you're feeling negative or upset at somebody or whatever it is, you are feeding the field with that. So just an awareness. I think that's just an awareness around things that we can do and how we can show up, because we certainly don't want to see that. I don't want to see innocent bystanders being killed. That's not what I want to be seeing. So how am I contributing? How am I negatively contributing that I can fix that? Because that's what I can do.
Right. I'm going to read our, because I think we have a lot to say today.
I
feel like we do. Yes.
I feel it.
So I'm going to read our freedom statement for today. This again comes from New Thoughts for Today. And again, I want to give a shout out to Affiliated New Thought Network for donating 10 of these for us, for our service, so that people can read along and celebrate with us. So I so appreciate that, and we are grateful. Today is on page 69, and it is called Freedom, because July is the month of freedom for us, and I think this is very, very timely. Freedom is the birthright of every living soul. Ernest Holmes, The Science of Mind, page 25. When I started my metaphysical spiritual journey many years ago, I rediscovered the concept of freedom. As a class assignment, I was invited to pray and meditate on the concept of freedom from a perspective that was new to me. While in quiet contemplation, I was asked to align my thoughts with positive vibrations to focus on what I wanted to experience rather than what I didn't. I learned that it is a powerful practice to turn away in consciousness from negative thinking.
I did not read this.
Right, I hadn't read it before either.
That's so funny.
Worrying over what I didn't want and instead embrace what I did want. It was a powerful experience and I would call it life-changing. I had spent so many years focusing on what I didn't want because it was all I knew to do. One of the most powerful lessons I learned along my spiritual journey is that I am free to express that which I want to experience in my life. Freedom is about my attitude, how I choose to see and to interpret what is unfolding in my life. If I don't like it, I am free to make a new choice. Freedom is a powerful gift. It can also be a scary one. When I practice such spiritual principles, have faith, and listen to the guidance of spirit within, well, the sky's the limit for what I can create in my life. How exciting. Today I choose thoughts that are in alignment with my highest and best good. I live life freely and with joy.
Amen.
Reverend Donna.
Donna.
Yes, Reverend Donna again. Bernier, Religious Science, Cypress, California. Thank you, Reverend Donna.
Thank you. Yes.
Yes.
That's funny
yes.
because you got to share your bingo story. The
Oh,
bingo, the
okay.
thing about
Yes,
the
my
We were
bingo
just,
story.
we pick our themes out of here. I want you to know we look for the overall because they have it listed in the back. Now that we've used this book so many times, we've figured it out.
The little system.
Yes, the system. So then we just pick our affirmations from here, and we know we want to talk about this, but we don't
We don't
read
always
them
read
ahead of time.
ahead of time. Yes.
So weird.
And even if we
So
had,
odd.
we wouldn't have known what was going to.
Right, that's
be
true.
part of
We wouldn't have
today.
known that
Yeah,
would have
so
happened yesterday.
We
So-
would have picked different things
Yes.
to focus on and
Right.
stuff. So
So interesting.
again, can you believe that? The
How it
divine
lines
is
up.
always here.
Always
yes.
here.
So my bingo story. Okay. So I am, speaking of Reverend Dr. Michelle, I am in a class, and if you ever get an opportunity to take this class when she has it again, called Rockstar of Your Finances. So in this class, there
Can I
is
say
a,
something really quick?
sure,
You can go onto her website at unleashyourlife.us and watch for her classes or get in on her classes. I forgot
sign
to
up
say
for
that
her
earlier.
mailing list.
And sign up for her mailing list, and you'll know when these classes start over again because they're really great. Okay.
Yes. Okay, so one of the ones was we were testing, where we were on a continuum of things. And one of them was I win at life. And the other side of the continuum was I don't lose. So in looking at that, I would have said that these were the same things, right? I would have given them the same quantity. I win, I don't lose. So if I was choosing, which I was, I chose closer to the I don't lose part as my mentality, and which is a defensive realm versus an offensive, and I'm not a game player, but an offensive thing where I win. So after, this is my Thursday night class. Friday night, every Friday night I play bingo at my community. And I was telling Michelle, I did this little experiment. I decided to go into bingo with the idea of I win at life. So as I'm playing, this is what not only am I repeating, so I didn't tell you this part, so not only am I repeating I win at life, but I'm sitting up straighter. I am putting, my shoulders back. I am experiencing what it's like to be a winner, to be somebody who enjoys this abundance and stuff. So as I'm doing that, I get bingo. Ah! All right, so I win a hand. And so then the next time, there's a couple of games, maybe 2 more games. And I'm like, okay, and I'm doing it again, and I'm sitting up straight, and I'm, there's a power pose that you can have. And so I'm just doing my little thing. Oh, and I forgot to tell you about the song. So one of our cohorts in this, she sings a little song even when she finds money on the ground, ching, ching, money comes to me.
Oh.
Okay, so like ching, ching, money comes to me. So I'm doing my little ching, ching in my head as well. And I win again. So yes, I won 2 bingos for that.
And I worked with the lottery too. I'm just.
I know, right? Maybe I need to do more. So, but it was an experiment in changing my mindset. And yes, so what we think about comes about. This is the whole idea behind this huge text. Where's my science in my book? Did I put it away? I had it out earlier. But I mean, it's a huge book, people, right? And the core belief in this book, change your thinking, change your life. That's it.
I mean,
That's the core belief in here.
right.
So,
Yeah.
yeah.
I love that.
So, okay, I told that story now.
I love that. And, we were even talking too about when you have experiences with other people, right? We had this whole conversation earlier. My husband came in and hung out with us before the show started, and we were talking about all kinds of things, but just the awareness of like sometimes things come across your awareness and maybe across your awareness in a way that you don't like someone tells you something they don't like about something that you're doing or whatever.
Do you get called out on
You
something?
get called out on something.
Yes.
So, but and all of that is just for your own awareness.
Right.
I really feel like all of that's just so that we can go. Now, I'm not saying you don't get irked and you don't get like.
Right, because
It's okay.
I absolutely do.
Right. Me too.
Yeah.
So that's normal. We were saying to each other how like being ministers is like people might think that we don't have those feelings, but
Right.
we do. And I think that's normal to actually get a little miffed at that. I mean, nobody likes to hear that about
No.
themselves, but at some point you have to go, okay, but wait a minute. If I got miffed by that,
Right.
that's the secret, right?
That right.
That's
Because
all
that was my clue when that happened, and then I reached out to Michelle and I was like, look, this has been bothering me more than a few minutes. Now I gotta talk about it.
Yeah, now it's something to look at.
Yeah.
Why is that bothering me? Where am I in here resonating with that? Because that's something to work on. Because you are creating from there. Your subconscious, just all the tapes that just play and play and play. And you wonder why is it so difficult for this to happen? Why am I not hitting my goals? Why am I not? It's because that stuff's operating, and every time you get a clue that's there, go get it.
Right.
Don't be like, well, I'm not talking to them anymore. They told me this. And like, don't push them away. Be like, thank you.
Right.
Thank you for the awareness. Because I gotta get to whatever that is, because it's affecting my life and the life of everybody else in consciousness. That's something that's really, I understood that concept, but my last couple of classes I just did, just really like, my head's like, wow, I have to be really mindful
Right.
of what I'm doing. It's not just me or my kids or my husband. It's like
Right.
the whole world. And when I'm seeing things I don't like, I'm responsible if I'm not working on that too.
Yeah.
That's like, oh,
So that just reminded me of Ho'oponopono.
yes. That's
And if you don't know what that is, please, I'll try to put it in the chat later. But Ho'oponopono.
I was supposed to say that.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Did you put that in the chat later?
Sure.
That's usually what I do, and then she goes, yes.
Yes, I'll do that. It is a Hawaiian practice of it's 4 statements, but the first thing about it is taking responsibility for everything, right?
So let's use the latest thing that happened.
Okay,
So let's use
right.
that. So
Let's use
some
that. Right?
people don't like Donald Trump, so
Right.
they might feel uncomfortable.
Sure. Yeah.
Or I wasn't there, I didn't pull the trigger, I didn't do anything.
Right. So, so that's awesome. So
Right.
for Ho'oponopono, what it would be is, all right, so I'm 100% responsible for this situation. And so I say, I am sorry. Please forgive me. I love you. Thank you. Those are the 4 statements. So easy. So let me tell you where this came from in case you're like, I'm not, or whatever. And really, these are just suggestions to live a better life. So you do you. So this came from a doctor, and I want to say Lin Yu, but that,
Yes, I know,
or-
I know it sounds like
yeah, that
that.
sounds like that, but again,
I'll look it up while you're talking.
yeah. So this doctor, he was a psychologist, might have been a psychiatrist actually. He goes to this hospital for the criminally, mentally insane. And they're having issues, they're having problems. It's horrible conditions there. Not just the patients, but the people that work there don't want to be there. And they've lost several doctors at this point. So he goes in, and this practice is what he does. He never sees a patient. He just takes their file. He takes their file and he takes full responsibility for them, their actions, and everything that happened that got them there. And he does those 4 statements. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I love you. Thank you. Those 4 statements, he creates a difference in the entire situation at this hospital. People are healed completely. And the hospital actually does wind up shutting down because the people are now able to either go someplace else or they've been healed completely through this process. It's an amazing story. It's an amazing situation. And because of this, when I heard it, this became one of my go-to forgiveness
Yes.
processes.
Yes, I think it's Human.
Human, yeah, that sounds right,
I
yeah,
just looked it up.
okay.
Yeah, and it's always good to have in your back pocket, because if you see something that you don't like on the news, for those people that watch it, or like my husband watches it constantly, so I can't get away from it. And you see things that are upsetting.
Mhm.
That's something you can do right in that moment, is recognizing that, because we are responsible for our experience. So that is in our experience. Now, not everybody is having that same experience.
Right.
Other parts of the world, that's not on their news. It's not in their experience. Why is it in your experience? Why is it in my experience? I'm creating my experience from in here. So the very fact that I'm seeing this or witnessing this, or this is part of my experience, is that it's partly my responsibility. So that's why I feel like that works so well, and it's also why you're not the shooter, you're not the, you can say, yeah, I didn't do these things, but it's still in your experience, so you're still creating it from something going on in here. And so that work, if we all just did that work, I mean, we'd have a whole different reality.
We would, absolutely, if we all took 100% responsibility for
Just
our
do it.
experience.
Right.
And gave, again, I'm going to say it again, right? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Please forgive me. I love you. Thank you. These 4 statements are your superpower. How's that? There's your forgiveness superpower right there.
Yes.
Ho'oponopono, that's your forgiveness superpower,
You can just
right?
start your morning with that. Like if you have a morning, I always talk about, like, dude, have some kind of morning ritual to set your day. Like you should have some meditation in there, prayer, whatever. You could just start the day right with that.
Sure.
Then go into meditation, but like just start off doing that. Anywhere that I
Right.
need to do that, let me just start the day fresh
So
from that place,
I did have an experience where I, put this into practice, and it changed for me my feeling of a situation. There was a baby daddy situation with my grandchildren that I did not have a family-friendly feeling for.
She's being very polite.
I am being very polite this morning.
Very
And-
polite.
But much like what you said, if this is in my experience, then I can't, I think
Called it to you for some reason,
Right.
or something.
I think I don't know where I shared this recently, but I shared that in a AA meeting one time. I heard if I'm not at least part of a problem, there is no solution.
There it is. And this is not, talk about, like, even
Right.
saying that, like,
Right.
that's upsetting.
It is.
I'm not,
I'm not a problem, but if
then I
there's
can't help
I can't
solve
have-
it, then
right.
go step over here, because you can't solve it either.
yeah,
because we are creating from inside.
Mhm.
That's what people don't understand. You can't solve something that you haven't participated in creating.
Right, you have to have some buy-in into it
Right,
to
some
be
power
able
to change it, and
to
that comes
be
from in here.
exactly. And so, and the situation that was going on with this young man for me was so, because I'm a mama and I wanted to protect my daughter and my grandchildren, and I had so many negative thought processes around him, which was not good for my daughter, for my grandchildren, for myself, for the field, for him. So that's when I started the Ho'oponopono. And I think I did this for 2 months straight. Before I had,
teeth at first.
oh yeah, before I had any movement to a feeling that did not have
You have to protect
negativity.
yourself through
Yeah.
it.
So I'm not saying this is an easy process. It's just a simple process. It's more light,
Yes.
but it is about changing me, right? Here's where I can say life is a selfish thing. Life really is a selfish thing. I am all about me living a better life. And because I want me to live a better life, I want you to live a better
Yes.
life. Because you're in my field.
Right.
We are one,
Yeah.
no matter who you are. So I want the same for you. And if I want that for you, then I have to forgive. I have to release. I have to let go of the things I am holding on to that keep me stuck in
Or undermining
or undermining.
your very
Yeah.
movements.
Yeah, because I want to move forward.
Right.
I want to have the big dream. I want those things to be doable and amazing in my life. I can't do that when I'm thinking about so and so.
Yeah, except for right here.
Yeah, except for right here.
No, that's how it is.
You are a problem
Yeah, that's how
for
it is.
me. Yeah. So I can't do that.
Right.
Even if I have a moment or two.
And it's okay to have those.
Yes.
And then you recognize them for the awareness that they are, work through them and move forward. But you can have them, just don't
Yes.
sit in them and stay there
And then
and
tell the
move from there. Don't
story.
move from there.
What did we talk about? We've talked about that before. Tell the story one time.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's all you get.
Yeah.
And then move on.
fix it,
Fix it.
change it, whatever it is
Yeah.
you do, so that it's like operating
Yeah.
underneath you and undermining everything you're working on. And that's why I think, I believe this is you too, but that's why I partly wanted Sofa Sundays, was because I have my own work to do.
Mm-hmm.
I have my own things I want to be creating. I have a life that I love and a life that I want more of, to be manifesting. And I knew that by working through that and sharing it, I would grow
Mm-hmm.
more too. So we do this for everybody here, but we do this for ourselves too.
Right.
So we're not sitting up here, know-it-alls, or having reached the pinnacle of whatever. Like
Right.
we have a lot of understanding. We've done a lot of work around a lot of it, but I think everybody has still got the same work internally to do. And I feel like being up here, we work on it because it sits at the awareness. And as I move about my day on the regular, things pop up in my face and I recognize them because I'm working on it on the sofa here and I'm sharing it, and becomes a part of, you notice it more.
I think so. Yeah, I think so. And the whole idea of practice, right? The whole idea of practice is if we didn't need practice in things, or if we didn't need repeating of things, then we could just brush our teeth once and it'd be great.
Yeah.
Make your bed one
I
time.
like that though.
Clean your house one time. Not me. I got this great new toothbrush.
Oh
but
my God.
Anyway, I did. I got this great new toothbrush. But, if we didn't need to repeat things to have a better experience, a better knowledge of something, then, it would just be like one time. I just do it one time and there it is.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be great? Just one time and we got it and move on.
Yeah, I don't think we'd like it.
I don't think so either.
I know, there's something else wrong with
That's
us.
okay.
Cleaning house would be great.
Yeah.
Okay, cleaning
Okay,
house,
yeah,
I agree.
cleaning-
Cleaning house
But you
one
know
time.
though, my mom used to have this saying above her fridge, you guys may have seen it because you're about around my age, and I know that was a pretty common little plaque that mothers had in their kitchen that said something about, thank God for dirty dishes, they have a tale to tell, but others may go hungry, we're eating very well.
Oh,
And I would tell my kids that our house when our house gets messy, I want it clean. And I want the dishes clean. I do want that. I'm on them about that, but I try not to get upset about it. I try to be grateful for it because it means that people are living in my house and they're doing stuff and they're eating and they're like, we have a home that needs to be clean. So I try to like, not be like, dang it, this house is always like, no, I'm grateful for the people that are here. I
Right.
want the life and the stuff that comes with that, you know?
Right.
So it's checking on how you're looking at it, but those things you should be grateful for because they tell a tale.
well, gratitude is
Yeah,
another
that you have
superpower.
a life, yeah.
Yet another
I know.
superpower.
Like, you know, when I drive if you drive your car and something gets broken on your car, right? And then you're all upset about it. Oh my gosh, whatever. I hear two different things that will happen. I just finally saved $1,000 and now my car broke down. Now it's all going to go to that. Like, yes, or you could say, thank God
I saved
I saved
$1,000.
$1,000 and I had the money to fix my car.
Right.
Or you could look at all the people that walk or sit at a bus stop and say, wow, I'd much rather have a car that I need to repair than not have a car at all. So it's like, how do you want to look at things? You have a freedom of choice. How do you want to see it? It's a bummer that my car broke down. Like yesterday, or the day before yesterday, I paid $542 for repairs on my car. Do I want to be upset about that? I don't like that I had to spend that money on that. I had it earmarked for something else, so that's not gonna, okay, then that'll have to wait, my car. But as I'm driving my car home, I'm grateful that I have my own car and I can drive myself wherever I need to go. So it's the same, I at least have evolved from that. I can see things I went right to, or I can be grateful that I have a car,
Yes.
you know, that needs to be
Yes.
repaired. And it was only $500 because it could have been more, you know, like.
Yeah, mine was $1,100 to get it
See?
ready to go
See?
on vacation,
So
but
stop it. Like,
I was so
what?
grateful. Again, I was so grateful. One, that I had the money in savings,
Yes.
and two, that it wasn't more than that to
Yes.
fix the vehicle. You know,
Because it could have been.
I got my brakes done. I got everything ready to go, and we had a safe,
You were
beautiful
fine.
trip. Yeah. So
I know. So it's all like there's just constant things that happen constantly for our own awareness, and that's what this I live life freely and with joy. That comes from checking that stuff
Mhm.
and paying attention to that stuff and fixing the way we're looking at it. Because you can't live a life of joy if everything's a negative.
Right.
And you're upset about everything and everything's out to get you and look at the tones and the vibration is low. Like that's you can't have a joyful life from there.
Right. No, you have to raise, absolutely, right? So there's the thing about vibration and frequency and energy. And again, your practice, because that's a daily thing,
Yeah.
right? Your vibration and energy changes each day depending on what you're feeding it. So there, I've already put it in our Facebook group, but I also wanted to give the shout out again to Brian because we listened to, actually, I think 2 days, because I was halfway through one day and we went to another day. Brian Black has a radio program on New Thought Media Networks Radio, and also on an app called Mix, and it's called Anything Posi Anything, and I think, or Anything. Anyway, Brian, when you watch this, write down what it is, put the link in. And we were listening to it, and it was amazing because it was many different artists and different genres. Yet,
But he likes that head bang.
he likes the little
And
head
it's kind
banging
of cool
thing.
to find that they're like, oh,
Yeah.
that's a.
And we were very much in
I
like a
Oh, but
dancey
there was a like one that had this little.
the
Can
Caribbean.
you post what the name of that song was? It had like a Caribbean.
I think I can
feel
look at
underneath
it for
that.
that. Yeah,
It was a hard rock song with this this.
yeah.
feel
We heard the
underneath it.
steel drums, and
Yeah,
we're all
we were
like,
like, what is this song?
so that's one of those things where it helps raise your vibration.
Yeah.
You know, like
You
when
can find,
you
like,
listen to those
Not
things.
everybody might like some of that music, and that's okay. Then that's not your station. But like, there's so many different ways.
Right.
There's so many different ways to raise your vibration, to find what works with you and keep it up there. Yeah.
Right. You know, because you might not be somebody who is into prayer and meditation. You know, that works for me. I know that works for you. So that might not be your thing, but music may be your thing. Or
So much good.
dancing,
Dancing
right?
is great.
Dancing is
Yeah.
moving your body, yoga. Some people are really into working out and getting that thing. That's not my gig. But you know, everybody has a thing. So whatever it is that helps raise your vibration from, you know, where you might not feel the greatest to a joy level. And I remember hearing, I think it's a Abraham Hicks thing, where like you don't necessarily have to go from depression to joy,
Right.
right? You can go
Right. Like,
depression to, you know, angst or anxiety, you know, like you just raise it up a little bit. Bring yourself up a little bit. Get something that helps you feel just a little bit better. I'm not saying you gotta, woo, you know, let's give it just some so that the field, because you're affecting everybody. I don't know if you knew that or not.
you are.
Yeah, like we pointed it out before, but
You are.
everybody is.
Yeah,
You
we're
know?
all on this thing together.
Yeah.
We're all
we
one.
are.
We're all one big thing.
Yeah.
I don't even know how to tell you.
Right. Well, just pretend that everybody is part of one body. And now you might just be a toenail, and I might be a fingernail, you know, and Michelle might be a nose, you know, like it might be like in this one big body, but we're all part of this body. And everybody who's ever had a pain anywhere knows that if there is something in your body not working right, not feeling right, the attention goes there, right?
I feel like we're little cells running around.
Right.
We're little cells, and then you got those cells that are negative. We try to go in and go, hey, try to think positively because you're making it difficult and there's pain here. So let's think positive. Come on. Come with us. Over here.
Yeah, we need some positivity because the inflammation's really bothering me. Get it up.
Let's go by the heart. There's some rhythm dancing
Do,
by the
do,
heart.
do, do, do,
Oh
do.
my God, I'm sorry.
This is what happens. That was coffee cup number 2.
Oh, it's just fun. We have fun up here.
We do have fun.
We love it. We love doing this with you all and with you all and with our in-house tech back there. We love doing it with her too. And the other one,
And the other one, the boy child.
the boy child.
They're going closely to adulthood, so I'm just celebrating them as
Just
the
slow
children
down.
that they are.
They can just slow down.
Slow down. Yes.
Although, you know what? This is totally beside the point. I do feel like they age slower. Like,
Because
my oldest is already 32, and I don't know how that happened. And then my second oldest is already 17. But I feel like they've been 13 forever. Like, I feel like every year I'm like, are you still 13? Like, even when they were 11, it felt like they were 11 for the longest time. And I'm like, when are you going to be 12? What is happening? And then they finally turned 13. And then the other day she said something to me. And I go, are you still 13? How are you still? Oh, she's got a thing. Hold on. Let me turn this on. The child speaks.
I think it's because our birthday is like later in the year.
Oh, later in the year
I was told that.
that you were
by
told
my
that?
friend.
Oh, because your birthday is later in the year, so it feels like it takes forever. It does.
But mom's birthday's later in the year too.
I know, but I keep aging quickly.
You never age. What are you kidding me?
I love her so much right now.
I remember when they were 6. I made their cake.
You
That's
did.
why I remember 6.
Remember her making you that really cool birthday cake?
It was different.
I have a picture of it on my phone.
Yeah.
I'll pull it up.
Yeah, it was different. It was the number 6, and it was different superheroes and a princess
Yes.
and something else. And
You
yeah,
guys are
it
so
was a big,
super
huge
cute.
cake. Yeah,
So you love
Yeah.
them.
I do.
I know. All right, we're just
All right, sorry
we're just
about
gonna have
that.
our own
Yeah.
time up here apparently.
But that's part of living life with joy.
Yes.
Right,
it
so-
is.
So with heart math, I'm going to go to, like, again, the raising of the frequency, right? So,
Why don't we pray out with the heart now?
oh, we
I like
Then
that.
you're
You
in
guys wanna
charge
do
of
that
that.
heart now? Let's do it.
Yeah. So with heart math, one of the things, and so since we'll pray out like that, I'm going to give you a
And it's
I'm gonna
so,
give you
this is
an
another tool,
inspiration.
along with the Ho'oponopono. This is another one that you could quickly go to very quickly if you're in a moment or you have a question that needs to be answered. You just need like 5 minutes and you've got it.
right.
It's another great tool.
It's one of those things about memory, right? And recalling something that brings gratitude or compassion or a feeling of joy to your heart. And it's something that should be very, memorable, that like throws a smile on your face. I know for me, I have a go-to of, and now he's 12, talk about how quickly they grow. But I remember when my grandson Liam was like 2 or 3, and they would come out to visit. And I would be waiting at the airport for them to come through that, part before you could see.
Yeah.
And here he would come and he would see me and he would throw this big smile on and he would run and throw his arms around my neck and I love you, Yaya, I missed you. And that would just bring such joy to me. And that's my go-to, like that brings that. A lot of people that can read, I have a cat, Pumpkin. She's another one that brings that ultimate joy when she like comes up and rubs on me and wants pets.
Of course, my children do that. My puppy will do that. Like my husband does it. I'll go through different, and I wait to see
Right. What
for the
brings that?
smile. You're looking for that feeling that just makes you smile,
Yes.
and that's inside or whatever. But it's that feeling. It's an uplifting feeling, and I feel like it's your heart getting in coherence. Everything is connected. You almost can feel yourself go, "Oh yeah, there I am," and then we hold that for a few minutes. So. let's
What
see.
and Missy? Hi, Missy.
What'd
She
she
said. She said, informing the field by your feelings, then entanglement.
What have we seen on?
I don't know because my
The entanglement, yes.
then entanglement.
Oh, then
Yes. Yes, exactly.
100%. She's like, we were just talking about this, Michelle.
Yeah.
I did learn my stuff.
You did learn
That's
your
a good
stuff.
girl. That's a good
You're
girl.
so good. I'm so proud of you.
Oh my God.
I'm so proud of you.
Thank you. I'm proud of you too.
Thank you. Yeah, it's so heart math definitely.
Yeah.
Ho'oponopono definitely, as far as us being able to take responsibility for what we see, for what is happening, for what we are experiencing, regardless if it's something on the news or in our hearts, or somebody calls you on your crap, whatever it is that maybe brings that not so awesome feeling up for you. And now, here's how we remove that and we transmute it. That's an experience. That's a call for prayer. That's a call for forgiveness and transmuting that energy into the field to create that higher vibration for us all.
Yeah.
That's what we need in this world.
That's what we need.
Yeah.
We
so-
should just have people just sitting there doing, I'm sure we do in
Right.
parts of the world, but we should all just be working on that.
Yes. That's what I love when we go to Unity Village and doing the silent
So
unity
good.
prayer time.
That's
Yeah.
gonna be so, I
I
love
can't
that.
wait till
I
October
know.
when we can do it again. That is, and not that I don't do that in my own world.
Right, but when you're sitting with
You have 5 or 6 other people.
Feel it. Oh,
Yes,
in that room.
and knowing that 100 years or more worth of prayer has been consistently happening 24/7 in that space is amazing. That's a place to, that's a
When we have
place.
our own place, we can start a room like that.
We could.
I want a
Yeah,
place
we
like
could
that.
have a room like that for
I
sure.
love it.
That's it, and it's amazing to be any place that brings, again, that joy, that upliftment,
Mhm.
that part to the field.
And you bring your superpower. That's your superpower.
Superpowers.
We all have that ability, all of us, everybody.
Yes.
So let's use it for
Let's
good.
That's right. That's right, because as I said last week, with great power comes great responsibility.
Oh, Lord.
Thank you, Spider-Man. I almost said Superman, Spider-Man.
Have you have any comments this morning? Anything come?
No, I thought that was from Superman.
It's Spider-Man.
It's
though?
Spider-Man,
She
yeah.
says it's Spider-Man.
Yeah.
It's somebody.
It's a Marvel.
Somebody super said that,
Yeah,
and now we're saying it.
and now we're saying
It's
it.
what's said here on the sofa.
Yeah.
You can quote
I
us.
said it.
She can quote. You can quote Jeannie.
Yeah, there you
That's
go.
Jeannie.
When they say, "Oh, I heard this great thing in church," and somebody else will say, "Yeah, I heard that in a Marvel movie." You know?
Yeah, but over the years, they'll just think it was from us.
Yeah, there you
You
go.
have it.
And my cape. I'm gonna start wearing my super
Oh
cape.
my goodness.
Superhero movies can be so profound.
They really
They are
can.
profound. They say
They're
a lot
very-
of things to like take note of for
Yeah,
sure. Yeah.
I really, my favorite metaphysical hero is Doctor Strange. That I spoke about that before, but he does different metaphysical things. Like he does time warp type of situations, and so he is about definitely the quantum field and metaphysics and changing things by changing your mind. And so, he is my number one hero there.
Well, now you know.
What movie is he from?
That's it. It is Doctor
Oh,
Strange. He
okay.
has his
He's
his
in some
own.
of the Marvels together.
Yeah, he's in
but
the
he has his own, too. They
Avengers
did an
movies and
origin
stuff.
story for him, didn't they?
Yeah, he has his own. Yeah,
He's legit.
he's legit. I was him for Halloween one time.
You
Yeah.
were?
Yep.
That's so
Yeah.
cute. I don't think I've ever, I was trying to think about this. I ever a superhero? I was Poison Ivy once, but she's a bad guy.
Yeah, not so much. Not so much a superhero.
She's
Yeah.
a superhero.
Now we're superheroes, right? Amy Steinberg has a song that's a superhero song. Oh my goodness! I wish I'll put it in the
The comments.
comments on what the name of it is. But yeah, it's called. I think it's called Infinite Soul Superhero. I think that's the name of it, and I love that
Put on
song.
our Sofa Sounding playlist.
Yeah, I love that song.
Very cool.
Well, I feel
All right.
complete.
I'm good.
All
Lyric
right.
feel good? Lyric, you have anything else for us up here?
No, you're good. All right.
She looks too cool back there, huh?
Right.
She's very chill.
She wants to make sure she can see people when they raise their hand this time, because normally she sits up front and we have to
We're
tell
like-
her that
She's like,
people are raising their hands. So she said, "I'm going to sit in the back and say so." There you go.
that we didn't know it was gonna be the lyric.
Yeah, that was actually the
I like it.
yeah.
You should speak more.
Comments.
We like it.
Yes.
All right, let's do the brain-heart coherence. So you can do this,
Yeah,
and
I
I
like
like that
this.
sound anyway. All right, so find a comfortable way of sitting, way of being, and you're just going to close your eyes. And if you want to, you can put your hand where your heart would be on your chest. And you're going to take a deep breath in and out, but you're going to feel your breath going in and out through your heart space. So we're going to do that once just to kind of anchor in. And as you're breathing, we want to slow down our breath because that helps the body and the mind know that we're in a safe place and we're safe to go into the meditation. So you're going to take a longer, a shorter in breath and a longer exhale. So we're going to breathe in for 4 and release for 8. So let's breathe in and breathe out. And breathe in. And breathe out. And breathe in one more time. And breathe out. And maintain the slower, calm breathing. And while you're doing that, I want you to bring something to your mind that fills you with compassion, gratitude, and or joy, think of something that brings a smile to your face automatically, that just immediately lifts your spirits. And when you find that, you're going to hold it for 3 minutes. Just hold that feeling, keep it that high vibration. And when you're ready, move your toes, come back to the room. Take a deep breath. And on the release, you can open your eyes. You should have some brain-heart coherence going on.
I love that. I love that feeling.
Me too.
Such a calming experience. Thank you.
So good. Well, thanks for being with us today. This was a great talk. I think it was
Yes.
obviously on purpose.
Right.
We didn't know, but it was perfect for what was going on in the world as well as just our own lives. So
Right. I
I'm really
loved
glad
it.
This was our topic today.
I know. So I live life freely and with joy. It's going to be a great week.
It is. And please share this, like it, comment on it, subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. Just support us so that other people know about us. If this is supporting you, please consider supporting us with either a one-time donation on our website at beginwithinministries.com. It's right there, Begin Within Ministries. Or becoming a spiritual church club partner and support us all the time by helping us grow this ministry. And that's $45 for an individual or $75 for a couple or a family monthly. So you can choose either one of those, and we just appreciate any kind of support you can give us. Oh yeah, we want to say that our partners all get their mugs, and we
Get their
know
mugs.
everything tastes better coming out of this mug.
Absolutely.
And you get a church Sofa Sundays charm and all kinds of things that go with that. We do our classes and our courses, and that's always free to our partners.
Yes.
And we're growing that community here. So if you want to be a part of this type of a community, please join us in that. And if you're in a local area here, we'd love to see you in person. This is not just online, it's in person too.
Exactly.
Yeah, we like hugs.
We like hugs and we love having people in person, and we appreciate all of you that are online
Yes.
especially.
There's so many people from across the country and even sometimes in the world, so we
That's right.
appreciate that. We appreciate you
Right.
joining us here on the sofa.
Yes. Thank you so much, and we will see you next week. Bye.
Bye. Here comes our tech girl.
Where is it?
Happy Sunday.
Thanks for watching. Tune in again next week at 11:11 a.m. Pacific Time, or Monday evening at 7 p.m. Mountain Time. In partnership with New Thought Media Network.